Minister, what does it say to you that we've had successive reports, the most recent Colleen Glynn's, right going back to Dr Howard Barth, the former Children's Commissioner in the Northern Territory, saying that there are endemic and systemic issues within the youth justice system? Those seem largely to have been ignored. Of course, there's been a couple in between that as well. Those seem largely to be ignored, but now, because we have this vision, we seem to have this major national response. Does that mean that the only times that the governments right across the country will respond is when we see this sort of horrific vision?
Well, first of all, I think it's very useful at times like this to be accurate. I understand, and not only from the Northern Territory Government, from my discussions with commissioners this morning, that some 12 of the 16 recommendations of the independent review have been implemented, and yes, it's created some change. I'm pretty cynical about that cultural change myself, I have to say. So they haven't been completely ignored. There are 4 other recommendations, I understand, to be implemented, but they're being implemented as we speak. Now, to what extent they're going to change, well, I have no idea, but I think that is the important thing. But look, from time to time, the media do play a role where they have information that people have gone to the media because they're cranky, that they can expose things to the level that perhaps invariably a report here and there from time to time doesn't, and that's a fact. I mean, that is what happened. I've read extensively. I wish I'd known what I know today, or I knew yesterday afternoon, some time ago. But the facts of the matter were, I didn't know. I'd never seen the vision. It hadn't come to my attention. It hadn't piqued my interest or sufficiently. And so from time to time, it is important that the media play that very important role of the investigative journalism that came through. And I'd take the opportunity to thank not only Four Corners, but the courage of all of those lawyers and particularly those victims to come forward and to help fix a broken system.
These Northern Territory inquiries, though, have already called, solitary confinement in Dondale inhumane. They've already described the use of hoods and restraints. What does it take to pique your interest? And don't you have to commit to have more oversight of this rather than just say you don't know why you didn't get a briefing?
Well, I didn't get a briefing because the report was a report to the Northern Territory Government. There are Northern Territory Government commissions, I'm not sure, lots and lots of reports, as does West Australia, Tasmania, because they are matters germane to their responsibility. And I'm not making excuses about it. I'd love to have known earlier. So would anyone who's been involved in that. That didn't happen, but it is important that we'll certainly need some more transparency around this particular matter. But again, there may be other matters of a similar ilk. And I think that issues like this tend to ensure that individuals like myself, I need to have a process now to ensure that anything that's happening in the area that might pique my interest, and we have in the past intervened where we have people like Rosie Fulton who were incarcerated inappropriately. I fought very hard with the West Australian Government, Northern Territory Government to go and do that because it came to my attention. I make no excuses about why this didn't, but it's a matter for the Northern Territory Government, but obviously matters for the Northern Territory Government. Some of them I need to ensure that any of these reports that come to bear that have even the vaguest association with my portfolio or my duties as a senator, I need to ensure that we do have a process to highlight them and to highlight my interest.